It's a very disappointing loss for us. Obviously, what we didn't do is stop their big two, Jackson and Wallace, and more so Jackson. Wallace scored his average. Jackson is about 9 above his average. And for maybe, I'm not sure, I have to check, who did we play before Houston? Hartford? I mean, one stat that I haven't liked recently is our rebounds. We've been getting out rebounded a little bit too much lately. And, we got to get more inside help from Eric and Zoe. I didn't give Zoe a lot of time, 10 minutes. And he did get 3 rebounds, which is fine. But we've got to get more scoring punch from those two guys. And we've got to do a better job of we just can't let a guy like that go off on us. I want to give credit to him. He had some huge shots, some very big, difficult shots. So not all of these buckets that he made were a result of poor defense. But one of the things we told our players is don't let him catch it. And we didn't do a good job of that. He did a good job of getting the ball in a position where he could go try to score. And tonight he had it going for him. And so it was when you're big two, their two leading scorers score 50 out of 77. That's basically 67%, 65% of their points, and we have to do a better job. It was I thought Mason Harrell played well. He had 1 turnover. I thought that Asbury showed some offensive touch today, but he's got to do a better job on the defensive end. And he's got to play with less emotion and more just intellect. One time I brought him out because he's playing to the crowd, and I'm not going to tolerate that, if anybody's wondering. But he is a talented individual, and maybe we can build up on this. Any questions?
You've said the past couple of games that you're wanting more out of Eric and Alonzo. What are they doing right now that's kind of caused them to go into this slump?
I don't know. That's a question that I wish I had the answer to. Zoe had a great second half against Hartford, and he had really had a decent game, pretty decent game going against Houston, but he fouled out. They've got to play with more fire from start to finish, particularly Eric. I think Zoe at times have shown that he started off slow but picked it up. But Eric's got to play with more fire in his belly. I told him, I said, you're a senior. This is your 4th year with us. You're to me, you're almost looking like you just got here right now. He's a great young man, very fine young man. Both of them are. And but as far as we got to get more out of him. And so we got to have more of an inside punch.
Can you tell us about the decision to start Asbury today and what went into that?
Well, Deshaun hurt his groin. So that's why we started it. It's a simple injury. And we filled in with somebody.
Tell us about Mason and what he had working well for him.
Well, I just thought he shot the ball well, and I thought that he, did not turn it over very much. But, I would like to see more from him in terms of pressure on the basketball without getting beat. I'd like to see him be more of a defensive presence on the floor than he is. Overall, he's played 2 pretty good games, offensively speaking, and it's good to see that. I think he's that's one reason we took him was he was Oklahoma Player of the Year in his level, 5A, which is the next bit, second to the highest level for high school in Oklahoma. So it's good to see him have some success on the offensive end.
I know you talked a little bit about Sule and specifically how he's been playing. I know the last 3 games he's gotten 10 or more points. Is there a specific reason why he was held under 10 minutes tonight?
Well, we probably should have played him a little bit more. But he did not have it tonight. I didn't think he did. He fumbled the ball a lot. And your question's a valid one. We maybe should have got him in there a little bit, maybe more like 5 or 6 more minutes. That should be probably a 24-16 split between the two of them, if not even more. I think one game we did play him recently more than we did Eric. So that may be just my fault or our fault that we did not play him more. But in our opinion, he just did not seem to have it today. But in looking at the stats, neither one of them really seemed to have it today.
Guys, what do you feel like made that a tough game for you guys?
Oh, man, it was a rivalry game, so rivalry games always, they're going to be battles. And they came, they battled, we battled. It was a fun game, they came out on top.
Mason, tell us about guarding Jackson. He seemed like he heated up pretty early in the first half. What made him difficult to guard?
Just we got to do a better job and make him catch it out farther. Early on, he got a lot of early looks, a lot of easy catches, and kind of got him in the rhythm early. So we got to be better at stopping that.
Coach said y'all have been in kind of a slump recently with the boards. Why do you feel like that is?
I'm not sure. We're going to clean it up, though.
Mason, you had 19 points today. What was working for you?
Just being aggressive. Teammates finding me. And teammates believing in me.